Good evening, Vero Beach. Or is it Seattle this evening? I'm Principal Sean O'Keefe, and I want to welcome you to Vero Beach High School's graduation ceremony for the class of 22. As principal of Vero Beach High School, I know it's a time of great joy and celebration. It is also a time for dignity and respect as graduates come forward and each senior's name is called. Please refrain from using noisemakers so that the names can be heard. Let us make this an event that exhibits the respect that each of our graduates has earned after years of hard work. Please stand for pomp and circumstance as our seniors enter the stadium, and then remain standing as our JROTC presents the colors while our chorus and orchestra ensemble perform the national anthem and our alma mater. Adjustment, we will not have the strings out here. Thank you.
Oh, your hand is free.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may be seated. I would like to welcome you all and thank all parents, family members, educators, friends, and guests for affording us the opportunity to play a role in the lives of these young adults. It has been an honor and a privilege. Joining us on this special occasion are several honored guests. These people have all played an important part in helping our students to reach this point in their education. I'd like to introduce the following people. School board members here under the tent, the Honorable Dr. Peggy Jones, board member for the Vero Beach High School and vice chair. The Honorable School Board Chair, Terry Barenborg. The Honorable Brian Barefoot. The Honorable Jacqueline Rosario. And the Honorable Dr. Mara Schiff. Superintendent of Indian River County Schools, Dr. David K. Moore. Mr. Scott Bass, Deputy Superintendent. Mr. Ronald Fagan, Chief Financial Officer. Mrs. Pam Dampier, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Richard Meyer, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Eric Seymour, Assistant Superintendent. Mrs. Kristen Maddox, Public Information Officer. Dr. Christina Jacobs, Director of Strategic Initiatives. Mr. John Teskey, Director of Operations. And I would like to introduce among our working guests this evening, please hold your applause for a moment while I read the names. Vice Principal Denny Hart, Vero Beach Assistant Principals Greg Ahrens, Dr. David Erickson, Vanessa Gonzalez, Joy Griffin, Rashard Morgan, and our teachers here as line leaders, name readers, and helping hands, our school counselors, and our school district staff. Also, special thanks to Mike Capellan, Robert Campbell, Anthony Simmons. Thank you all so much for what you do. Soon-to-be graduates, you are a sea of red and white and everything that is right in the world today. As a class, you have been through so much in 4 years' time. Remembering back to your freshman year, you signed this banner that appears on the front of the stage today. And with your signature back then, you committed yourself to this moment. C2G, commit to graduate. At that time, how could you imagine the level of perseverance that would be asked of you through these 4 years that would forever shape you as individuals and as graduating class? Your class has a strong bond as you went through everything together, even when separately by circumstance. Freshman year and senior year, freshman year and senior year may have been your only high school terms of in-person schooling. And in between those bookends, you refined and redefined normal. You became independent thinkers and self-reliant as well. And this senior year, returning to school and perhaps feeling like you had to turn on a different part of your brain, you became resilient, rejoining one another on campus to create a strong finish. Your class of 22 across this nation has shared a distinctive high school experience, to say the least, and gained levels of maturity beyond your years. As you enter colleges, post-secondary schools, the military, or the workplace, it is with great pride that I stand before you, Vero Beach High School 2022, proud of your many achievements, both personal and academic, that have earned you a seat here this evening. 218 honors graduates, 159 AP or ASC graduates, 13 AA degrees, 237 scholarship diplomas, 208 merit diplomas, 21 perfect 4.0 GPAs, 30 seals of biliteracy, 179 career completers, 201 industry certifications, 20 signed to play sports in college. Live performing arts amidst the pandemic, a red, white, and blue community concert, the Little Mermaid High School musical, and not to be dramatic, but 17 superior rated individual events at the Florida State Thespians Festival, and over 850,000 in local scholarships for college. Your accomplishments are to be applauded. And remember, although your travels may take you away from Vero Beach and scatter you in many different directions across the map, your roots will always be here, and you will forever be the Vero Beach High School class of 2022. You can't outdo the class of 22. And so, off on your way as a class, and someday you too shall look back to see these same faces then just as they appeared back when. It is what graduates do after they move on to new. And so farewell is not goodbye, and high school is forever frozen in your mind's eye. Congratulations to you all, class of 22, and here's to forever friends and family. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve as your principal. Thank you. And now I present to you our Superintendent of Indian River County Schools, Dr. David K. Moore.
Good evening. Now we're here to celebrate tonight, so let's try that again. Good evening. All right. Good evening, school board members, distinguished platform guests, principals, administrators, teacher, good evening. Good evening, parents, family, friends, mother, father, aunts, uncles, parents. Said that twice. But most importantly, good evening to the distinguished, the accomplished, the passionate, the compassionate, those who have stood the test of time, those who have accomplished in the classroom, on the field. Tonight is your night. Today is your day. Good evening, senior class of 2022. Welcome to your commencement ceremony. Oh, now we're getting warmed up. One moment realized in time, but a goal that you have been working on for 13 years. Before you even realized it was a goal, you were hard at work in your classrooms, doing what needed to be done so we all can be here today to celebrate the success of what you have done. You're not here because this is a rite of passage. You're not here because this is the last activity during your senior year. You're here because you've done the work. You have demonstrated to us, your family, your friends, you've shown that you meet the standards that are required from this state, from this school board, to call yourself a graduate in just a few minutes. And I hope that each and every single one of you understand this is what success feels like. And over the last 13 years, you have been telling your story of success. And if you had the opportunity to come to this stage and stand at this podium and tell your story of success, tell that life story, what would your story be about? Now, respectfully, I don't know all of you, but I do submit that there would be stories in your life story. There would be stories in your life that speak of those who were the very first that cared for you, that loved for you, that nourished you, that ensured they gave you that extra push. There would be stories in your life that dealing with life's true obstacles and challenges, and despite those challenges and despite those obstacles, here you are today finding success, allowing us to celebrate you all. In your story, there would be true challenges and obstacles placed along your path. As a no fault of your own, but as even with those challenges and obstacles, here you are today allowing us to celebrate you. In just a few minutes, this ceremony, well, not really a few minutes, in about 90 minutes, this ceremony will be over. And this chapter in your life story will come to a conclusion. But before we finish this ceremony, before you begin to write the next chapter in your life story, let me encourage you to reflect. Take a pause. Remember those in your life story who are in the very beginning chapters. those who loved you, those who raised you, those who disciplined you, those who gave to you before they gave to themselves, those who ensured you had everything you need to experience this success. If you would join me in acknowledging your parents and guardians for the roles that they played in your lives, I would be so thankful. Parents, we're celebrating your students today, but this is equally your success as well. Take time to remember those who you're sitting with right now. Think of all the firsts that you have experienced as a fighting Indian, and how many of those firsts you experience with those who you sit with. The first time you took this field, the first time you took the court. Think of those in the classroom who encouraged you to continue to study to get the grade needed to be here. Think of those who you will always call and remember as your first love. Then remember the person who helped you 4 weeks later deal with your very first heartbreak. Those are special people in your lives. Those are your classmates. Always remember them. Remember those who stood in front of the classroom, those who provided quality, rigorous instruction to ensure that you have every opportunity provided to you to maximize your full potential. Your teachers, remember the coaches who gave all of their time, the sponsors of clubs, the band directors, those who contributed to you to create a true high school experience. It wouldn't have been the same without their dedication and love and support for you. Being a teacher is a great way to spend a life. And as you come across this stage and you receive your diploma, you're going to go out and have fun with your family tonight. You're going to celebrate with your friends. You'll be safe, but you will celebrate. And then when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to begin to write the next chapter in your life story. And let me encourage you to go and tell bold and courageous stories. Write stories that ensure we as a nation never have to lose anybody else as a result of cancer. Write stories that ensure we do not have to have any other senior class be interrupted by a pandemic. Write stories that teach us how to pull ourselves together as a nation to enjoy everything this great nation has to provide for us. You are prepared, you are ready to go and do great things. As you tell your stories, embrace failure. Embrace it as a true opportunity to reflect and learn. As you tell your stories, build in time to reflect, evaluate your own actions. If there's opportunities to seek forgiveness, be the one to do that. And when you struggle in the telling of your life story, remember the success and the pride that you feel right now. Allow today's success to breed and grow future success. Fighting Indians, congratulations on what you have accomplished. Go and do great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. And now I would like to present our senior class president, Ralph Lynch.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. O'Keefe. Good evening, family, friends, and any other honored guest or 772 celebrity appearances when you have in the building tonight, if you know what I mean. To our future graduates, it's nice to see us all together again since we first started at the Flick. I'm going to try to make this brief because we all know we're here for a good time and not a long time. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ralph Lynch, and I'm Iron Man. I'm just kidding. I'm your senior class president, and welcome everyone to the class of 2022's commencement ceremony. "13 years of schooling down and one function that remains in the way of checking off another government requirement." Soak it in, guys. This is it. This is the end. We are celebrating with all our fellow classmates, some of which you may have known since preschool, and some of which you are just meeting today. But despite that, we are all sharing this moment, our greatest accomplishment thus far. No matter how hard your journey has been, or how hard senioritis may have slapped you across the face, we all overcame obstacles to make it to this point. My words of wisdom tonight is not to take these things for granted, because time flies, and before you know it, college and the forbidden real world will creep up behind us. Remember to live in the moment and stop worrying about what comes in the future. Everything will fall into place exactly how it's supposed to be. So don't be afraid to take a break from homework and go and hang out with those friends like you planned. Student athletes, make sure to take a mental health day. It won't depreciate your skills, I promise. Make these times memorable. You know, a wise man once told me, it's realizing that a great dream is not as good as a great memory. A dream could be had by anyone, but those memories, they must be made. Class of 2022, we are the most athletic, most attractive, and most talented class to step foot in Vero Beach High School to this date. Whether your talent consisted of winning the weightlifting state championship, or if it was just finishing Dr. Butler's homework as she walked around to collect it. I've got to say, the individuals in this year's graduating class has to be some of the most vibrant people I've met. Canceling our homecoming game and quarantining us was not going to deter our great high school story. We remained resilient and even endured in the most competitive college admission cycles in history. From perpendicular learning to devious licks, we had some crazy lit moments this year. Seriously, our school almost got burnt on fire once or twice. But as I wrap up my speech, we as a class are able to share our final VBHS memory together, walking across this stage in this beautiful stadium one last time. I truly had an unforgettable high school experience and an amazing one-year reign as your prez. To my class, be the difference in the world and take action while you still can. You simply can't outdo the class of 2022. I want to make a few shout-outs tonight. Momo Fan Club, Triple B, Indian Outfitters, and my soccer brothers. Love you guys. And O'Keefe, love ya. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Thank you, everyone.
And now, Assistant Principal Richard Morgan will introduce our outstanding scholars.
Good evening. Top 10 seniors, Vero Beach High School. Sally Jane Lloyd. Kayleen Diaz. Kate Bonassi. Dylan Goldfarb. Owen Stanton. Ava Wilkie. Kathan Patel. Robert Craig. Salutatorian Ethan Campbell. Valedictorian Drew Baldo. Ladies and gentlemen, top 10 seniors. Now take a huge step forward, please, as I mention your name. National Merit Finalist, Owen Stanton. Dylan Goldfarb. Drew Baldo. Let's give these students a round of applause, please. Thank you. Students, you may return to your seats. One word describes this student involved. He was captain of Vero Beach's golf team. He was conference coordinator for Model United Nations, a member of Mu Alpha Theta math team, a member of the Green Team. He founded the Indian River First Step Academy, which provides tutoring and personal finance lessons to students. He tutors at the Homeless Children's Foundation. He mentors junior golfers. Currently, he's completing a financial internship at Piper Aircraft. His academic accomplishments are as follows. He is a member of the National Honor Society. He is an AP Scholar with distinction. He is a National Merit Commended Scholar. He finished his high school career with an unweighted 4.0 and a weighted 4.761 GPA. He has been accepted into Georgetown University, where he will pursue a Bachelor of Science in Economics. Ladies and gentlemen, Vero Beach High School salutatorian for the class of 2022, Mr. Ethan Campbell.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to start by saying how excited I am to be here today and how incredibly nervous I am to be speaking in front of all of you. I'm so grateful for everyone who has shown up today and supported us for the last 4 years. My fellow graduates, I think it's fair to say that the class of 2022 has had a very unique high school experience. Freshman year started off pretty normal, meeting new people, and trying to find where you fit. But then our sophomore year started, and we had to learn a completely new way of living. From masks to social distancing and quarantines, our entire lives were turned upside down. While we all have experienced the last 4 years differently, what we share is our resilience. No matter how confusing or never-ending it felt, we kept showing up. And because of that continued effort, we are here today. And tomorrow, that resilience will continue to serve us. Our generation is entering adulthood at an unprecedented time. Social and political strife is widespread. Our world is getting more competitive and divisive, while being further complicated by technologies that are ingrained in our everyday lives. Even as we become more interconnected online, we disconnect further as people. But just like the last few years, the only option we have is to face these problems head on. We may not all be friends, but it helps to know that we're all in the same boat, just trying to make this place a little bit better along the way. I know we're all going to keep showing up, and I know that the resilience we've showed over the last 4 years will continue to push us forward. I wish you all the best of luck in whatever tomorrow brings you. Thank you.
Vero Beach High School's guidance counselor, Angela Combs, describes this year's valedictorian as one of the finest students she has ever worked with, noting his self-determination, his drive, and his ability to focus. I have no doubt that those qualities were critical to him obtaining a perfect score on his ACT. He's finishing high school with an unweighted 4.0 and a weighted 4.768 GPA. Next week, Drew will be presented with the 2022 Congressional Medal of Merit for Outstanding Youth Leadership. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated exemplary citizenship and academic excellence. He has served as a tutor. He is involved with both Crossover Mission and is a founder and director of programs for Project Hearts. He is president of the Youth Voter Initiative, which hosts registration events on campus and raises awareness as to the importance of voting. Drew's academic talent and his commitment to himself and those around him will serve very well next fall when he also attends Georgetown University. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian from Vero Beach High School's class of 2022, Drew Baldo.
You know, when I was first recognized as valedictorian, I pretended this day would never come. More specifically, that this speech I had to give would never come. I was in a kind of denial. I thought, why me? I'm an 18-year-old kid just like you guys out there. Why do I, as someone who can hardly get myself together some days, have to give this speech? Truthfully, I thought I was unqualified to give anyone any words of wisdom. So, in the weeks and even days leading up to graduation, I avoided it. Instead, I complained about it to anyone who would listen. I procrastinated. Ultimately, I wasted time, which only increased my stress around the whole situation. This is not a unique reaction either, I don't think at least. Many of us face or are about to face things we feel totally unprepared for. We are given jobs and responsibilities that we feel unqualified to perform and are asked to make decisions about things when we don't know enough to make them. The adults here today, even the ones on this stage, have had to deal with overwhelming responsibilities that they did not ask for or want. That's the nature of life. When it came down to the wire, I finally took action on this speech. I started off by watching YouTube, observing other valedictorian speeches. These model speeches really helped me, and I eventually started it and completed my own first draft. Then I asked for specific guidance from a mentor. I rewrote it and revised it until I thought it was something that could express what I was feeling about today. In doing so, I realized that I did have something to tell you guys. As we enter this new chapter of our lives, I ask you guys to embrace and not dread the things you have to do, the things you feel unready for, and the things that are your responsibility. And when confronted with your own versions of this dreaded speech, follow the same steps. Find a model for what you need to do, then put in the work. Then seek help from someone who knows more than you, and then do more work, and then put in more work. Through our practice and patience, we will learn lessons about ourselves, our mindsets, and our endless possibilities. Embrace the uncomfortable challenges because you are more prepared than you think. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Ethan and Andrew. Before we begin roll call, it is my honor to recognize the following seniors who have enlisted into the branches of the military as follows. Seniors, as your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all 8 names are called. Jacqueline Klein, Coast Guard. Please stand. Justin Garcia Duque, Army. Christopher Hill, Army. Marvin Mercius, Air Force. Chantal Ravang, Army. Alalia Roberts, Army. Anthony Shevlin, Army. Joseph Whalen, Army. And how about a round of applause for these seniors who have chosen to serve our nation in the coming years. You may be seated. And now, without further ado, I present to you the roll call of Vero Beach High School's graduates in the class of 2022.
Ashton Addis. Adrian Aguilera. Megan Alfrey. Meadow Alsbury. Yamalith Altamirano. Luca Amante. Alyssa Amilo. Nicholas Amilo. Rasanch Anastase. Gavin Anderson. Daniel Andreski. Ariel Meadows. Rosalinda Aparicia. Viviana Undura. William Ashcroft. Alexis Avalar. Kirsten Tyra Iser. Jacob Bailey. Jonathan Ballantyne. Milton Banner. Christian Baradian. Julian Barbarossa.
Tamarian J. Bardwell. Madison A. Barsalou. Paris Marie Bartolucci. Shamaya R. Bass. Abigail Bathelmy. Andrew T. Baudo. William Besura III. Faith Beber. Angela Besura. Sierra M. Belcher. Lahim Bell. Ethan A. Bella. Christopher S. Bembry. Fablito Baton. Trevor J. Berryman. Jason T. Bigums. Layla Benefith. Zachary J. Bird. Jocelyn Blanco. Caleb A. Bobo. Jacob A. Bobo. Donald A. Bonza. Madison A. Borgman Pearsall. Vivian Botar.
Catherine Brunassi. Kent Bove. Clea Balker. Maggie Balker. Aiden Bryn. Jordan Brink. Jumari Brown. Jasley Brown. Maya Brown. Ryan Brown. Victoria Brown. Wyatt Brumley. Justice Bueller. Noah Birchfield. Zach Burden. Amaya Burke. William Burris. James Ubusiko. Micaiah Butler. Tanner Bird. Joseph Byrne. Amy Callie Ferhito. Daniel Camacho.
Gabriela R. Camacho. Tayden Cameron. Travis C. Camp. D. Campbell. Nicholas Campione. Samantha Kappas. Jack Carpenter. Morgan Carroll. Anaya Carter. Michael K. Carton. Edgar D. Carvajal. Maria Casillas. Caitlin Castro. Stephanie A. Castro. Gianna Cawley. Sean Charles. Brian Chen. Anthony Chico. Aiden Chrisman. Amelia Chung. Ian Seco. Madison Cincerella. Anais Cintron. Hunter Circo.
Nicholas Clark. Balin Clark. John Clayton. Holly Clemens. Hannah Clifford. Garrett Collins. Ella Cohn. Tanasia Connerly. Catherine Contreras. Andrea Cookley. Gabriel Cope. Graciela Cortez. Roland Cox.
Robert Craig.
Lainey Crawford. Kai Cromer. Jamari Cross. David Cyrus. Sophia DeLilly. Omarion Davis. Mira Dawood.
Kelsey L. Dean. Grace Delaney Delia. Sorry. Brandon Diligent. Grayson Delaporta. Peter DeLuke. Jemiah Demps. Mariana Danielle DePino. Amanda Depp. Kevin Danez Perez. Jennifer Diaz. Jessica Diaz. Huh? Kayleen Diaz. Litzy Diaz. Eileen Diaz. Christopher Diaz Perez. Ethan Dingus. Donovan Dixon. Zachary Dominguez. Chester L. Donley. Samuel L. Dotson. Javinsky Duma. Kai Yoon. Braden Duque.
Asher Eccles. Lucas Ensinger. Sarah Eisworth. Malachi Elliott. Peter Enriquez. Ivy Ercoli. Brianna Ernst. Connor Ernst. Victor Esquivel. Timothy Esther. Mackenzie Evans. Javon Fabre. James Farlado. Emma Farmer. Delaney Felton. Persia Ferguson. Reginald Ferguson. Alec Feddick. Leah Fisher. Bianca Flores. Darius Horvillis. Ephraim Floyd. Gavin Floglia.
Mackenzie Foley. Asia Footman. James Foster. Javon Francis. Ernest Frazier. Christopher Freeland. Jason Funderburk. Tristan Galbard. Catherine Gallagher. Jelaya Gamble. Alec Gambino. Lily E. Gamble. Efren Garcia. Justin Garcia. Nashley Garcia. Daniel Gaznikoff. Braden Goddard. William Godfrey. Dylan Goldfarb. Stephanie Gomez. Mario Gomez Barthélemy. Ariana Goncalves. Mia Gonzalez. Madeline Good.
Michael Gould. Isabella Govea. Alana Graham. Cooper Gray. Lauren Gray. Taylor Gruwell. Brittany Goldenshoe. Peter Gumpel. Ricardo Gutierrez. Zachary Hefner. Kevin Huerta. Maya Hall. Benjamin Hamilton. Alexis Harriel. Ayana Harrington. Madison Hartzell. Caitlin Hatch. Daniel Hal Maloney. Andrew Haven. Jeffrey Hawkins. Gavin Herndon. Louis Echeverria. Javante Helms. Kelly Helton.
Dominique Henderson. Kira Henderson. Alicia Henry. Diego Hernandez. Elizabeth Hernandez. Evelyn Hernandez. Luis Hernandez. Miguel Hernandez. Tyler Huckles. Joel Hidalgo. Rebecca Higdon. Andrew Higgins. Miracle Higgs. Christopher Hill. Destiny Hicks. Ermani Hinton. Charles Hightaffer. Madison Hitt. Maggie Hood. Laurel Hope. Brahim Hauer. Alana Howell. James Huff. Cassidy Hughes.
Aiden Hurst. Ahmad Hussein. Samuel Hutchins. Christopher Hyatt. Angel Iglesias. Daniel Isola. Mikhaili Jagotsky. Emma Jedikowski. Iria Jelks. Sydney Jenkins. Kayla Jennings. Michael Hihan. Mia Johnston. Sydney Jones. Anna Joseph. Eunice Juarez. Joshua Juarez. Surya Cadio. Michael Kali. Connor Keeler. Meredith Kelly. Jasmine Kennedy.
Luana Ketley da Silva Camelo. Maja Key. Matthew Kinchin. Benjamin A. King. Lindsay King. Conrad Kleinpeter. William Kleinschmidt. Andrew Klipstein. Mariah Klug. Gianna Cost. Johanna Kowalski. Austin Kupfer. McKenna Lafferty. Victoria Lahi. Curran LaRude. Desiree Legg. Stael Lesage. Anna Lewis. Carly Lenhart. Alexis N. Leisenring. Joe B. Lima. Daisy C. Lindo.
Ashlyn Lively. Miguel Lorena. Sally Jane Lloyd. Lucero Long. Juan Lopez. Kayla Lopez. Evan Losey. Autumn Lotz. Catherine Lovelady. Connor Lowell. Philemon Luyao.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Holy fuck!
Joaquin Luza. Ralph Lynch. Jared Mace. Joseph McNevin. Mateo Malavi Medina. Zachary Mansell. Jacob Maresca. Mia Marini. Charles Marks.
Montserrat Marquez. Iker Marquez. Victoria Marson. Asmar Martinez. Cynthia Marzo. Blake Mazzarella. Brandy McAllister. Lachelle McKay. Justice McKinney. Amarion McMillan. Ravi Mehta. Hannah Melton. Adam Menchel. Zachary Menchel. Grace Elizabeth Mendez. Adriana Mendez Alvarez. Marvin Mercius. Derek Matante. Sylvia Metcalf. Giovanni Mealy. Caden Miles.
Annika Miller. Kelsey Miller. Rebecca Miller. Madeline Raglia. Lisbeth Mondragon Valias. James Mons III. Carl Montplaisir. Brian Montanez. Grace Monteleon. Ty Moody. Ryan Mooney. Paris Moore. Sarah Moosberger. Evan Morris. Trevor Morrow. Emma Masuko. Morgan Moss. Evelyn Mullins. Giselle Munoz. Aiden Murray. Ashley Navarro. Brandon Neely Jr. Kim Newen. Savannah Wynn.
Alex Nichols. Craig J. Noel. Joseph H. Norberto. Anna Norris. Javier Nunez. Aiden J. O'Brien. Dylan O'Connor. Heather O'Cory Crow. Caitlin Oganowski. Sydney O's. Ivy Olvey. Trey O. Ortiz. Colby Otis. Stephen Carter Owen III. Katrin Pacheco. Vanessa Payment. Giovanna Palazzolo. Braden Palmer. Amara Palmieri. Balin Paredes. Jakaya M. Paris. Joshua J. Partee. Katan J. Patel. Krish S. Patel.
Jaleria Patterson. Toby Pedrera. Leia Perez. Tessa Perez. Nathaniel Perry. Kenny Fan. Kadrian Phillips. Nicholas Piasakis. Colin Pickering. Elaine Pierre. Moses Pierre. Cameron Pippin. Cabria Pollock. Quentin Pierce. Ryan Ponting. Samuel Porter. Jada Powell. Jalen Pierre. David Piles. Ryan Quatch. Andreas Quiones. Malia Rada. Anthony Regano. Trace Rahal.
Andrew Rimbala. Jacob Randolph. Kiera Randolph. Emily Rainkin. Balaj Raja. Carter Reeb. Michael Reed. CJ Reed Bowers. Stephen Reese. Dylan Reeves. Michaela Reed. John Riley. Lucas Remke. Chantel Revanche. Allison Rhodes. Riley Richard. Alex Richardson. Parker Riley. Daniel J. Rivera. Akalia Roberts. Cheyenne Roberts. Isabella Roberts. Kiwan Roberts.
Brianna Robertson. Emily Roche. Emmanuel Rodriguez. Natalia Rodriguez. Sophia Rodriguez. Yahira Rodriguez. Holden Rogers. Hunter Rogers. Christian Rojas. Ileana Montoya. Jada Roll. Jasmine Rosario. Jeremy Rosario. Logan Roth. Jennifer Rubiano. Gavin Rudiger. Alexis Abreja. Cipriana Salazar. Esther Salazar. Jennifer Salgado. Jasenia Sanchez. Cindy Sanchez Medina. Zachary Sanderson.
Shirley Jimena San Martin. Asmita Sanin. Callie L. Sappington. Julia Sarmiento. Mariah Saucedo. Tyler Savarda. Jonathan Shack. Ryan T. Schroeder. David Schwartz. Jaylee D. Seeley. Blaine B. Seagroves. Kristen Sellers.
Okay.
Anthony C. Shevlin.
How far back? What does he look like?
White male, blonde hair.
Zachariah Sigmund. Leticia Silvera. Joseph Simmons. Evelyn Simon. Gustavo Sandoval. Ethan Scala. Sophie Sleem. Diamond S. Smith. James M. Smith. Nicholas Sindone. Jenna L. Smith.
Sanaya Smith. Zachary Smith. Zenard Smith. Allison Sinersky. Sarah Sony. Raiden Soldadach. Jennifer Solis. Zani Soto. Reagan Soa. Daniel Spam Pantato. Steven Spangler. Olivia Sparkman. Ryan Shrigley. Matthew Stalls. Tessa Stanley. Owen Stanton. Demir Steers. Jada Stevens. Alexa Stevens. Henry Stevens. Derica Stewart. Kaylee Stewart. Mary Claire Stewart.
Elliot Stubberfield. Marvel Suarez. Dylan Summerall. Jolie Summerall. Caitlin R. Sarovi. Nicholas Sefcik. George Chodrowski. Alexander Tappan. John Torcini. Chad Taylor. Chandler Taylor. Nige Taylor. Ivan Tariquez. Avery Teskey. Charlene Teofil.
Abigail Thomas.
Tyler Thompson. Gavin Tierney. Danita Tomlin. Chloe Helen Torres. Isaiah Torres. Hung Tran.
Lily Tran. Morgan Tritt. Jumaya Trusty. Sophia Vaquero. Brenton Valez. Jordan Van Auken. Manuela Van Cotham. Lance Van Deventer. Jillian Van Dyke. Laura Venegas. Nicholas Verola. Zadkel Valampandano. Jose Venice. Timothy Wagner. Megan Wallace. Nicholas Waller. Navia Walter. Samantha Walter Cano. Alicia Ward. Gianna Ward. Lathan Ward. Michael Warren.
Tylee L. Washington. Javia A. Watson. Olivia N. Watson. William C. Watson. Grayson Waters. Sarah Weaver. Amelia Weber. Joseph Whalen. Colin Wheeler. Aubrey Wiggum.
Cade Whitaker. Tonight, Cade is being honored by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in memory of his father.
Sky Becker. Cody M. Whitsitt. June Joy Wiles. Dante Wiley. Ava Wilkie. Sydney Wilkes. Chloe Williams. Jake Williams. Rick F. Williams. Tamia Williams.
Tiffany Ann Williams. Timothy Williams. Devin Willis. Grace Wilson. Tanner Wilson. Sophie Wolfenden. Shelby Wolf. Brooklyn Woods. Victoria Wooten. Shania Wright. Trakoya Wright. Seth Wiley. Alyric Wynn. Journey Wynn. Charlotte Yates. Anthony Youssef. Rosemarie Zanuski. Andrew Swamer. Janine Monfil.
We have just about done it. Dr. Moore and School Board Chair, Ms. Terry Berenborg, please join me to certify our seniors as graduates. Dr. Moore and Ms. Berenborg, I attest that the students presented as the class of 2022 Vero Beach High School have met all the state of Florida graduation requirements and all of the requirements of any River County school district, and I recommend them to you.
All right, seniors, if you would please stand. This is it. Ms. Berenborg and myself, we certify by the turning of your tassel, you will now and forever be known as a graduate of Vero Beach Senior High School. You may now turn your tassel. I did win, Dad. Straight that up. All right, there's something else there. So just text me your address and I'll be there.